Well, good morning. It is Wednesday, February 12th. I know a lot of people, I guess they're supposed to be 2 R's in February, but some of us struggle with pronouncing that, but oh well, it is what it is. We're kind of going to do things a little bit different. We're going to, I guess, well, not I guess, what's going to happen in the realm of things is we're going to talk about a little bit of history. I know a lot of people like history, okay? You might as well say fell asleep through high school. But it is what it is, okay? So, with that being said, we're going to get on with our day. Got us some bunny love. Baby carrots. I do love these. I really love them. There's times where I might just take and mix them half and half in one bag like this here with the grapes, so that way I'm not chewing up 2 bags, but it is what it is. There's sometimes I'll do that, sometimes I'll just leave them like this, sometimes I might take a sandwich, sometimes I might take, Chef Boyardee for lunch. It all depends. It really does, but it's what I like to eat, okay? You guys might like different kind of vegetables than I do. It's all in what the person likes to eat. I think that's a suitable lunch for the day. I don't know if it's the way I do things, but it's mostly the way I do things is I put the containered item at the bottom, followed by the ice pack, and then we kind of just start kind of filling in the void a little bit, if that makes any sense to anybody. Everything will fit in here very nicely. Everything will fit in here very nicely. Everything will not fit in here very nicely. So is it just me, or does anybody else like Lipton tea? I didn't leave that point like that on that loader. Supposed to tip them down so you don't trip over them. I didn't leave it like that. Well, the limestone is working good that we've put down. For A, vehicle traction, and B, personnel traction. Kids will be fed. Hi, kitty. Come on. There you go. There's supposed to be 14 of you somewheres around this place. Why am I only seeing 6 of yous? Oh well. I'm sure the others will show up eventually. So we have done chores, fed the animals every day of the year since 1980. Nah, just following my little brother to work. We probably not better do that. We probably better play it nice. Yeah. See what we're gonna get into today. Better turn our auxiliary lights on. It's better to be seen than not to be seen. Just another cold day in Northeast Ohio. The ice is still amongst us, and looks like it'll stay here for a while, but that is why we put, I believe that, I don't know my aggregates very, very well, but I do believe that is limestone. Okay. And we put that down just to, for A, vehicle traction, and B, personnel traction. Okay. So what we are going to do is bed to barns. I kind of have done one of these videos in the past, and it has really gotten some great views, awesome views, and so I figured I would do a video like that again. So I'm just getting ready to bed the barn in here, and I kind of wanted to, I know I've done this in the past, like a farm, like a history of the farm kind of video. I kind of want to do just a short little snippet on that, and then kind of geared towards like farm equipment and what is to come. Okay, so basically this farm here wasn't what my grandpa started out on. He actually started on farm. Actually, there is a there's an allotment over yonder where the Santa Grail pit is, just above that a little bit, and you know, it basically just turned into, it was the farm back then. And I wish I would have taken a picture from the airplane when I was up in it, but I did not grab a picture. I was too busy just in all of looking over God's creation from a different perspective. That's in a future video. It's already scheduled, ready to go, and you guys will see that video when it comes out. So this farm wasn't here. None of the buildings were here other than where that house is. It was just kind of, well, none of the addition was there. You guys can kind of, maybe, I don't know, kind of something, kind of like where that green roof is right there was kind of the house, or it was just, there was not even a garage. Okay. It was just a really, really tiny, teeny little house, and then my grandpa expanded it, made it a little bit bigger. Where that island is, there was a fuel tank that sat there. We used to keep the dump trucks over here, and what have you. There was a barn. I've never seen pictures of the barn. I don't know if it sat there. If it sat there, I do remember the house trailer though that sat there. It was the house trailer. That gate was down this way, but before any of this was here, this was just here, okay? And then, what had happened was, basically, to make a long story short, there's a gate hinge in there. That gate was down there where that gate hinge is. Then we got rid of the house trailer, moved that gate up here at this corner, built this addition, shoved everything down the way, and put the gate back right there. Okay, basically what that gate, or what that door serves, as an opening to load the manure spreader, let cows out in that barn there for winter time and what have you. Like I said, and then we have like I said, none of the buildings were here.
he built that old side of the shop, that little 2-bay there. My father built that side of the shop. 90, what was it? 3, 4, I don't exactly remember, but it was it was okay for what Grandpa had back in the day, just a little 2-bay shop right there. And then Dad went and built that. You always say to yourself, oh, it's big enough. Well, then you get bigger farm equipment like the 24-row corn planter we got, and you want to be able to unfold the thing in the shop. Well, we can't because, well, the shop's not big enough. Okay, got a big shop over there, big pull through and all that, but that is off video limits, I've been asked. He since then built these buildings here. Like I said, nothing was here, just he built a little 2-bay shop, and there was an old barn that sat here. I don't remember the dimensions or nothing like that. I wish I would have had pictures. Then in about 2000, what was it, 9 or 10, we built that addition there. And just, it was about 2013, 14, or maybe even 15. I don't remember, but we built that structure there. That is our big equipment building, and we have since then used it to its full potential for equipment storage. That's the pig pen right there. That was the second building. I don't remember, but Grandpa built it along with all the rest of these buildings, minus that addition. My father again put that up, and added feed tank to keep to auger the feed into the building, so that way there was adequate feed and everything in the building for the pigs. You guys kind of get the idea of how it works. That tube there drops down the feeder, and the pigs eat out of the feeder. Okay, there is a auger down here that is I want to say it is gravity sensed with this motor here. When I'm gonna demonstrate, when so much feed gets out of this tube here, the motor kicks on just like that. And if you have a light handy, you can watch the feed as it goes across the tube into the feeder. But we should be able to see the feed at any minute, depending on which one it drops down in. I don't know where it's going to start. Sounds like it's going down this way here. And it will fill the feeders when, let's say for example, this feeder gets full. It goes down the way and shuts off just like that when it gets up to that little eye right there. So then my grandpa got into farrowing pigs. That is what this was here. It was a farrowing house. This side of the building had crates. I do remember, used to watch home videos that he would make. I've since then lost them, and I'm unable to retrieve them like I would. But just going off of memory, this was the Farrowing house. There was a door here. I don't remember if this slider was here or not, or even if this was put over here, but I don't remember. This box here, we've since then don't use anymore. It is where the sow feed was. We had a bin that sat here. I do remember the bin. We actually used this. Oh, I don't even remember what age I was. I know it was before the age of 18. I do know that. I'm since then 30. We got rid of doing it this way just because of the bird problem in here, and just making it a mess with all the birds and everything. We've since then just got away from doing it this way, and it didn't really make any sense getting sow feed from there to take over to the Farrowing house when it's just easy enough to just carry it in buckets and put it over there, and just do away with the mess in here. Basically is what we have come to. We've since then there used to be a tank that's set in the building here, and that housed our soybean meal. We've since then gotten rid of that. I believe it sat, yes, it sat, no, it sat behind the wagon. Yes, it sat behind the wagon because I remember there being access to that door. So you'd come around this way, there would be an auger that come out the bottom of it, and it would come out to here, I think. Or was it back here? I don't really remember, but there, anyhow, I do remember the rope that hung in the ceiling to suspend the auger, so that way you could load your soybean meal out of the chute here, or out of the or into the auger on the feed grinder. Okay, this is since been replaced from the old farm hand grinder that we have that we've had on the farm. Some of you that have been with me for a hot minute remember the old farm hand. That grinder came from the old farm across the road, across the way over there where the allotment is, where I'm prohibited to a video. We have since then done things differently. That wagon is still the same wagon that has sat here, I'm going to say probably, well, since 1980. Okay. All that wagon does is it holds our cracked corn from the dryer from fall time. Okay. It's a shame we don't use this area for like putting the Heston in here. We have before, but it's too hard to get the thing out when you want it, because you got to open that door, slide that door that way to get that door to swing that way. But it is what it is. We've since then, we used to keep the manure spreader in this building, and we've put pigs in here to kind of, I would almost call this the like I don't know. This is where we kind of watch our sows a little bit closer than trying to fight them out in the pasture, getting them in the trailer to bring them up here to put them in the Farrowing house so that they can have little pigs. Okay. It's just how it is done, and it seems to be working pretty well. We had to pour concrete floor and put water in and run some electric for lights. So that is the same skid loader that has been on this farm since 93? Yes, that's what the records show in the book is 1993 John Deere 675B. Before that, I think Dad had it was either a 310 or a 610 Bobcat. I can't, again, I don't have any pictures really of what it was. It was either a 310 or a 610, but it was what it was, okay? There were bins that were set up here. I want to say that that was before I started doing YouTube. If you guys remember, please re-jog my memory. If there were bins, yes, there was a bin there. That was the oats bin, and then there was a bin there that was kind of like the junk bin, I guess. We kept our oats in there. I do remember that bin. I just don't remember if I showed it in any of my YouTube videos or not. There was a garage door on the outside of that building, or where the Fairland house is, where we would keep the old hay bine. I do remember that hay bine. It was, don't ask me what model number it was. I just remember it, okay? We've since then, like I said, turned. So this building didn't have walls or nothing, okay? It just, you know, you could darn near, you could go in either that way or come out that way. And the mower sat right there with the edge of the concrete, okay? We could real easily turn that back into a usable space again if we ever decided to get out of pigs. Do I see that in the future? I don't know. Okay, it's not up to me, it's up to the Lord. Whatever he wants for our lives, okay? So, let's keep on rolling here. Like I said, we've since then done things differently. That is where this bin comes into play. That is the sow feed bin. That has replaced the bin inside, like I've showed you, because we just basically felt it was a bird problem in there with all the feed and everything, so we just decided to move everything out here. It works really, really nice because there was a bin upstairs that you would dump the feed in from the feed grinder. It was a pain in the butt. Where this is a little bit nicer to get to, and with the grinder, it works out nice being able to mix your feed outside. The only thing that we keep inside is the pellets, supplement, what have you, and as long as the oat, or as well as the oats bin. We made a couple of changes to the equipment and things like that, but I feel that we will be covering them in a separate video. That little building right there came over from the other farm. No, I think just the roof did. I don't remember. Those bins there, that bin was the original bin from when Dad had his tower dryer. Okay, I think the tower dryer burned up, and then we got that farm fan, and then a couple years ago we got that continuous flow dryer. We've added 3 more rings to the 4 more rings. Okay, you can see them there to that bin. That bin used to be the same size as that one. We've added a, what is it, like 5,000 bushel wet bin. That bin, not that bin. That bin right there, you can kind of see it kind of peeking up right there. That bin used to be the wet bin that sat where that wet bin is, right at the corner of my finger. We've since then put oats in that for energy for the cows. We used to try it with that bin, but 3 grain cart loads and that little 1,500 bushel bin would be full. We would have to wait. We can only pick corn to like 5 o'clock, 4:30, 5 o'clock. If we got started at 3 o'clock, okay? And then we would have to play catch up the rest of the night. Let the dryer play catch up anyhow. So that is since then why we have gotten the, put up a 5,000 bushel bin. I can't remember, I think that bin right there went up before that bin, I think. Pretty sure. Anywho. Yeah, it is, since then worked out nice. Like I said, if this ice would go away, it will be even better. We made a couple of changes, bought a man lift a couple years ago. That big auger is new to the farm. And just making some changes. Just walking down the drive here. That barn used to house pigs. We would bring, Dad and Grandpa would bring the pigs down here. There were gates that were set up where every post is, meaning those there. Where every one of those posts were, was gates set up that were an alleyway, where the pigs could go out and roam and do whatever. We have since then changed how we do that. We're a lot smaller operation now. Where this pad was, there was a feed tank, just like which one up there. It would sit here. Okay, we've since then resided the building, got rid of the wood siding on it, or else I could visually see where the hole was, where the auger came through. I'd again like to think that it ran across the beam, kind of, and then I would also like to think that wherever one of these was here, there was a feeder here that the little pigs could eat out of, and they could grow and do what pigs do, basically. Okay, I do remember to this day that we would put straw in this building. Okay, yes, there's straw in it now, but we would put square bales in the backside of the building here, okay? We would put them back there. We've since then changed how we do that. We utilize the back space here for empty wagons and things like that. We used to keep the 1440 back in that corner. We since then don't have that combine no more. And it don't make sense to put the thing on put your combine on a dirt floor where mice can get in it and make a mess out of it. Wagon a load of straw, it's ready to go over to the straw box, be unloaded whenever time calls for it. And like landscapers and people can come over and get some straw. But we used to keep square bales in here. It is since then just easier to load all 18 wagons with straw out of the field, park them. Well, let me back up. It's easier to fill the top barn first with straw. Then we can fill all of our wagons again, and then we can work off of them as we need them. We can when one wagon gets empty, we just clean it off, grease it, and put it away. It's a lot easier than throwing straw in here, stacking it, and then having to pull it right back out and put it on wagons, or take it right back out of the straw mow, when you can back the customer's truck right up to the wagon, throw whatever bales you need off of the wagon, and handle it only one time. That's how we've started doing things, and it works out a whole lot easier than having to handle it many more times than what is called for. So we've since then bought ourselves a cattle tub to work cows a whole lot safer than trying to pinch them or put them between gates and tag them. If a cow were to lose a ear tag or something along the lines, we can put them in the squeeze tub here, run them in the chute, and do whatever we need to do to them. We have also put up this alleyway here so that the cows can come and go at their own leisure out to pasture. This was you could just come right through here. We used to put, actually, when we did silage, we used to run a bag. I believe it went all the way down the way, but it just got to be too much of a pain in the butt, and it don't really work for our operation. We've since then penned the cows inside because it is almost calving season, and we do not want cows to have calves out in the pasture, because that's how they get lost, and you end up with money lost, because that's how you look at a calf or a cow, is basically being money, basically. That blue squeeze chute there, that's basically the same setup as that, just minus this tub. We can bring the 6120 loader tractor down here with forks, pick it up right underneath of here like a such, carry it up to the top barn, set it in front of a door where we load the cattle out, and do what we need to do to our cows, again, in a whole lot safer manner. Actually, there just goes one of our dump trucks right now. We keep them over here to keep them out of the weather, especially this time of year. Over there across the road, they can sit outside during the warm months. That actually didn't turn out too bad. I still say we should have kept the cab maroon, painted the rest of it maroon, but not my call. So all in all, the way we have things laid out, it works for our operation. Now, there are those of you that might digress and say that, well, you need to change this, change that, do this, I get it. It don't work for everybody. Just like this asphalt here wouldn't work for most people. It works for us. Say we got to work on the rakes or the hay tedder, and you drop a nut or a bolt. It's much harder to find that nut or a bolt in gravel than it is on asphalt. Plus, it makes more sense to wash dump trucks on asphalt than it does on a gravel surface. You're just blowing all that dirt and stirring it all up, what you have washed on a clean surface, rather than just spending a little extra money pouring you an asphalt pad, more or less, washing the truck on it, so that way you're not blowing, again, stirring all the dirt up from the gravel driveway on that nice clean truck that you just washed. There's always a method to doing something. But all in all, like I said, it works the best for our operation. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please leave me a like, leave me a comment, and definitely hit that subscribe button. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.